I hope that I will end up seeing some of you here. I just realized that, and I had forgotten because it's been 3 years since I traveled with dealing with time zones and Facebook. I just realized that Facebook did not update the time on the event since I scheduled it while I was in Spain and didn't update it correctly for Portugal. So it looked like it was supposed to have been an hour ago, but it was actually supposed to have been at 2 p.m. my time. So I'm here. I'm hoping that some of you realize that and see that we went live. If not, the replay will be here, and I do apologize for that. Sometimes the tech does not catch up with time zone changes and things as much as we would like them to, consider they're that smart. But anyway, I'm going to jump in to talk to you about are you self-sabotaging your sales through your beliefs and your mindset, which is a big thing. I've been hearing so many comments over the last 2 weeks about, oh, everybody is on holiday, it's the August holidays, no one is buying because they're all out, no one's paying attention, and that's the reason I'm not making sales. And you know what, guys? If it isn't August, then it's going to be, oh, it's the Christmas holiday, oh, there's a recession, oh, there's something else going on. It's always something is going to be happening in the world. But guess what? People are still buying. So it doesn't really matter. It all comes down to your mindset and beliefs if you see that anyone is buying or not. So we're going to dive into that thought process and that mindset today and see if we can help you switch all that out. If you guys are here, please drop a hello or something into the comments so I know you're here. If you catch this later, hashtag replay. For all of you that don't know, I am Heidi from Talk to Heidi. I am your marketing expert in this group. I do digital marketing strategy and business coaching to help you create personalized marketing strategies that work for you, not everyone else in your business. And that's what we're going to talk about is the mindset and beliefs around your making sales, which is really huge for everyone. It's easy to say, I want a 10K month, or I want to sell a $2,000 offer. And then you sit back and you do all the work, or you think you're doing all the work, and you put in the stuff and you're like, nothing sells. And you're like wondering, what the hell is happening here? Why can I not sell this? Why am I not making my 10K months? Why did my $2,000 offer not sell? Or even my $20 offer not sell? And at the end of the day, it comes down to your beliefs and your mindset around it. There's always things that are happening that, believe it or not, you're self-sabotaging that, and that's why it's not happening. It's a limiting belief. Now, you guys know I am really action step based, but I do believe mindset plays into a lot of things. Like if you say, I cannot do something, then you cannot do it. Your brain will find ways for you not to be able to do it. And that's what's happening here with this stuff. When you're sitting there saying it's August, no one is buying, then you're going to make it where nobody buys your offer because you already have the belief that no one's going to buy your offer. So you're going to do things, whether it's not show up, not put your offer even out there, not offer to sell it. Even if you post content, maybe you're only posting teaching content, you never asked for the sale. You're not including CTAs. There's things you're doing that actually go along with the belief that makes that prophecy of no one is buying in August come true. Now, I mean, it's just mind-boggling when you truly think about it, because you're sitting here saying, yes, I want to make those sales. I really, really, really do. But then you got to look at your subconscious beliefs underneath of it all. Do you really want to make the sale? Most cases, the answer is yes. I know I would love to sell one of my 8K offers every day of the week. Do I think that's reality? Maybe not yet. One a month, yeah, that's good. But every week, maybe I'm not quite there to make that yet, if I'm honest with everything. But you have to ask yourself, what are these beliefs that are making yourself set up with your mindset that you don't sell your offers? Even literally if it's a $20 offer. It doesn't have to even be a big ticket offer. So are you telling yourself stuff like, I don't deserve it? A lot of people do have that in the back of their mind that something's happened and for some reason or another, they don't believe they deserve to make that sell, or they don't believe they deserve 10K months. There might be something happening there. Will people think you're a fraud when you put that offer out there? There are so many that put a new offer out and they immediately go, oh my God, nobody's going to believe I can actually do that. They're going to think I'm a fraud, that I really can't do it. Nobody believes you're an expert. Once again, that kind of goes along with both of those thoughts go along with the imposter syndrome, and they're both valid. Another big one that comes up is, I don't have enough skills or training to put this out. I don't have enough to offer it. I need to go take another course. I need to get more training. I need to go back to uni. All of these are big things that come up that help you believe and self-sabotage that you won't sell yourselves, you won't make your 10K months, you won't do anything like that. Or there's another huge one. You guys have probably said this to yourself, you've definitely heard it. No one will pay that much. It's all bullshit. Your ideal client, with the offers you're putting your stuff out there with, I mean, don't get me wrong, occasionally someone is overpriced. But in my experience, it's less than 10% of the time. Most of the time, you guys aren't charging enough. You're undercharging, which means your offer should be flying out the door. If you believed you could sell it, if you believed in your offer. Sometimes you don't believe in the offer you're trying to sell. And as a result, you don't sell it because you don't think it's good enough. For whatever reason, you don't think there's enough value in it. You haven't put enough in it. Once again, do you have the training for it? Are you an expert to be able to offer it? So all of this stuff affects how you sell your offers, or if you sell your offers. And then, of course, the other big one, no one is buying at this time because there's a pandemic, there's a recession coming, it's August, it's the Christmas holidays, whatever that excuse is, and it is an excuse, guys. It's a thought process that causes you to self-sabotage. The minute you say no one is buying now, everything you do from that point on is set up for you not to sell your offer. Your mind goes into a self-fulfilling prophecy because you don't believe you can do it. Now, I am going to tell you, we're going to dig into this just a little more, but I'm going to give you some action steps for how we can do away with this and switch our mind. Because the big thing is, and this is hard, I was talking to a friend the other day, and the first thing he said is, no, I don't believe I can do it till I've seen it's been done. Unfortunately, when you're building a business or selling a brand new offer, until you've done it, you have no proof you can do it. You just have a belief. It's a mindset. It's a 100% mindset that I can do this. People want this from me. They need it from me. Because until you've sold the first 1, 2, or 3, however many you need to believe you can sell it, there is no proof you can sell it. I mean, you could do all the research all day long you want, and I mean, I've seen it in plenty of times. I've put up a poll, hey, do you guys want this particular workshop? Everybody's like, yes, 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 I want it, I want it, I want it. And it comes down to it, and I've set it up, I've put out a sales page and everything, and then all of a sudden, all those people who wanted it, because I tag all of them and say, hey, that workshop you said you wanted, it's available. Well, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, just not right now. And then they don't buy it the second and third time either. And then there's all this stuff that comes up to play. So just because people, when you aren't selling yet, say they want it, they're not necessarily ready for it. Maybe they don't want it at that point. Or maybe possibly your mindset got in the way of even selling it too. But until you have proof you can sell it by selling it, you have to believe you can sell it. So mindset is a huge, huge thing when it comes to buying and selling your products, because you have to believe in it. And if you don't believe in your offer, nobody else is going to believe in your offer. And that's a big thing too. Is the offer you're putting out, do you believe you can sell it? Do you think it's so amazing that your clients need it no matter what? I mean, it's like my consistent to clients, which is my hybrid one-to-one group program. I believe that every one of you in here need it. I believe all of the people who are my ideal client need that because they want They want a marketing strategy that's going to work for them. They need that to make their business successful. And I believe that. And it doesn't matter. I've sold it now, but even the day I put that offer out, I believed that offer would sell. And that's because I know my ideal client needs it, I know they want it, and I know it's going to help them. So it's really big on you for belief and mindset until you've proven that you can sell these offers, that you have what it takes to sell them, and so that you don't self-sabotage yourself and start doing self-fulfilling prophecies by saying it's not going to sell, no one's buying for XYZ reason, that kind of stuff. So it's very, very important to realize when you're building a business, when you're coming out with a new offer, that you have to believe in it before you have 100% proof that it's going to sell, no matter what. So what do you do that helps make it not sell? One of the biggest things is that I see a lot of people do is you don't do the right actions that you need to sell it at that point. You'll start either not posting consistently, or you'll start posting fluff pieces. You do busy work. You might still be showing up. In a lot of cases, people actually drop off. I see so many people in August just drop off. Like, okay, nobody's buying in August. I'm not even going to be there because nobody else is there. Nobody's buying. It's bullshit, guys. People are buying 24/7. Even during a recession, people are still buying. I built my house cleaning business in 2008 during the recession, after I got laid off from my corporate job. Because of the recession, they laid off most of the people in the company. And I built my house cleaning business because I literally put in hundreds of job applications and was getting no bites because the recession was that rough. And I was like, I have to do something. Unemployment wasn't paying all my bills. And so I was like, house cleaning doesn't require a lot of expense since I didn't have a lot of money and I needed not a high investment. I could put ads up in Craigslist, and that's exactly what I did. And I put it up in local places, and everybody around me was like, you will not be able to sell your house cleaning right now during a recession. It's a frivolous thing. People are laid off. They don't have the money. They're scared for their jobs, and they're not going to be paid for house cleaning. But I know better. That's not frivolous to everybody. You've got pregnant women who can't see their toes because they're too far pregnant and they can't bend down, but they want a clean house. They don't want to bring their baby into a new house. They need somebody to clean it. You've got busy executives, even during the recession, are still working. They want to come home and spend that time with their family. They don't want to be coming home to clean the house. There are always people who need house cleaning, and I knew that. I knew it was just getting my marketing right. I had to believe that people were going to buy, even during a recession where there were so many people laid off, so many people out of work, so many people without money, and still believe this was something I could do, and I did. And 2 years later, all my I was booked with referrals and everything like that. I didn't need any more the ads, but until that point, I was putting that Craigslist ad out every day, tweaking my marketing, believing that it was going to sell until it did. So it's the actions you have to do. If you're not doing those, then you have to do the actions it takes to sell your offer, and you have to believe they're going to work. A lot of people resort to doing busy work. They say, well, I'm busy, I showed up, I scrolled the comments for 2 hours, maybe only dropped a few comments, but actually scrolled, but I was online doing for my work. You're not returning messages and emails or calls. I had somebody hit me up the other day, a client, who said, yeah, I got this email, but I don't think it's real, so I'm not going to reply back. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're not going to reply back? It was from a cold pitch. And so you need to be getting out there and doing this and returning the calls, return the message, return the emails. Maybe some of them will be a waste of your time, but guess what? 1 or 2 may not be. Maybe all of them aren't. You're not reaching out to your people, letting them know that you're doing this, that you have this offer. Say you've got warm leads or people in your network that you've just created an offer for and you're putting it out. You're not reaching out saying, hey, I've got the perfect thing that's going to solve your problem. And you're not doing it because you're scared they're going to say no. You're afraid of the rejection. You're in this. And I'm not talking about cold pitching people. I'm talking about people that have been in your network. You know they're there. You know your ideal client. You've had contact. You know they need what you're offering and you've got it. And you don't reach out and say, hey, I've got this. Because you're scared of rejection in that case. And as a result, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy that I'm not going to sell it. Nobody wants it. You're self-sabotaging yourself. Another big one is you're not selling. How often are you selling? How often are you putting your sales posts out? How often are you asking for the sales? A lot of people put out a lot of content, teaching content, fluff content. They put out a lot of content. Some of you are putting out content 2 and 3 times a day and you're not making sales. And the biggest reason is you're not asking for the sale. So you're self-sabotaging because you're not selling. You have to sell if you're in business. You cannot be scared of sales. You cannot be scared of people saying no. No is usually just not right now, and no is sometimes a blessing because it was people that weren't ready to work for you. You're not including CTAs, your call to actions. You're putting out content, but you're not asking people to do anything, whether it is buy the sell or do something else just to deepen the relationship so that you turn them into warm leads instead of just people that are in your network. See, these are all things you do that self-sabotage your sales. And it's all easy fixes, guys. Really, really, really easy fixes. So you can definitely make these happen and that kind of stuff. But now we're going to talk about what are some action steps, because you know I like action. What are some action steps you can do whenever the brain monkeys come up around this and you start going, well, nobody's buying in August? One of the biggest ones is look for evidence, look for proof. Stop and ask yourself, do I have proof that nobody's buying in August? Or do you look around and you see people are buying? Yes, you might have had to adjust your offer. Maybe you had to put out a different offer for August that maybe was less time consuming because you know more people are on holiday or more, the kids are at home, things like that. So they don't have as much time. Or maybe you still sell the offer in August, but it doesn't start till September. There's a lot of things you can do in August when, yes, a lot of people do go on holiday, but they're still buying. They're still there. And there's a lot of people who don't go on holiday in August. Can you imagine? You know for a fact the entire world does not shut down in August because you can look around you and see how many people are still going to work. So you ask yourself, do I have proof that nobody is buying in August? And we're using that as the example because that's what we're in here. And you're going to find out the answer is no, which means you don't have any evidence that that's not true. And the minute you do that, the brain switches because you're like, oh shit, no. Joe down the street's still going to work and my wife or husband, whatever, just went out and brought groceries, which means there was people at the stores. I mean, all of this stuff, and the minute you do that, you're like, oh, so people are still buying in August. So what is my ideal client doing? Okay, maybe my ideal client, most of them did take a holiday, or they were maybe moms or dads who have the kids home from school until September, and you're like, okay, what can I do to get them to buy now? And maybe it is switch the offer to actually, they can buy it now, but it doesn't start till September. Or something that is very quick. You reduce the amount of time that they need to devote for it. There's a lot of different ways you can do this instead of sitting there back and saying nobody is buying in August. And recessions come, it appears to be coming, maybe not. There's a lot of signs saying possibly, but there's also signs saying no. So is one coming or not? You could sit there and hide under the sheets and say, oh my God, the sky is falling, my business is not going to be able to work and all that. But at the end of the day, the companies who continue selling, continue going through recessions and just tighten the belt and figure out different offers that work and sell, you flex and adjust, you still sell during a recession because even during a recession, people are still buying. Even during the pandemic, people were buying. When you couldn't leave your house, they were buying. You just had to adapt. During the pandemic, everybody had to come online because you couldn't do it in person no more. It was an adaptation. You figured out a different way of doing things. So think about that. Notice what's going on when you're sitting there telling yourself, I can't sell this, or I don't deserve this. Ask yourself, why am I saying I don't deserve this? What happened that I don't? Why don't I deserve a 2K a month or a 10K a month, whatever your goal is. I don't really care on the goal. It's whatever your goal is. Why don't you deserve to have that? Why are you telling yourself that? And ask yourself these questions. Look at the evidence. Do I have evidence I don't deserve a 10K a month? Because usually that's just old stuff. That's old stories normally brain monkeys are telling you, because A, they don't want to deal with rejection. It's a big thing. Rejection and getting hurt here, no, is so hard for so many people. The more no's you get, the better. The more no's you get mean that yeses are coming, because every no you get is a learning experience to be able to change your offer. So quit being scared of the no's. In some cases, like I said, they're blessings. They're people that aren't right for you. In other cases, it's people that are not ready. And in others, still, if your offer is not selling, you've put it out, you've been doing strategy calls, people have been getting on and they're not buying it, it's a sign you need to make an adjustment to the way you sell. People aren't seeing the value in your offer to want to invest in it. So no's are actually good. They're actually signs of what you can do, instead of sitting there saying, nobody wants my offer, nobody's going to pay for it, nobody's going to buy for it. They are. You know your ideal client. If you put an offer out and put it together, that means you knew your ideal client needed it. All you have to do now is tweak it until they buy it. Your marketing needs to be tweaked. You might need to tweak the offer. Usually it's not the offer. Usually it's your marketing. So you tweak these things, make the adjustments, and then you start selling it. So start with that. That's your first action step. When that comes up, is say, what proof do I have that this is actually real? It's probably not going to happen. You're going to actually find more proof that it is actually wrong and fake. And then after that, you need to take action. Once you've got the proof that says, oh, this isn't real, then you take the action that you need to do for the next step for selling your offer. You start saying, okay, fine. I just proved to myself that this is fake. People are still buying in August. What do I need to do as the next action to sell my stuff? Do I need to do a CTA on my post? Do I need to offer my product for sale because I'm not actually selling it because I didn't believe nobody was going to buy it, so I didn't even put it out for sale? What do you need to do? What is the actual next step? And that's the two main action steps you need to start kicking into what's going on as to why you're not selling. Now, if you come up with the one for some reason, whatever it is, I don't deserve it, then that to me is some time for some journaling. That's time for some deep work, asking yourself, digging into, why am I telling myself I don't deserve this? Was it something in my past? Did someone say that? Did something happen? Is there something going on that I don't feel like I deserve this? So you can switch up the mindset and the belief that you do deserve to make whatever your money goal is. Whether it doesn't have to be a 5K a month, it's just an easy number for me to deal with because so many people have that one. Or a 10K a month, but maybe you only have a 5K a month, or maybe you want to sell a $1,000 offer and you've only sold $20 offers, or maybe you want to sell a $20 offer and you haven't even been able to sell that yet. It's time to look at your beliefs. Why are you sabotaging yourself from doing this? What do you need to do to make it happen? And like I said, one, ask yourself, is there proof for whatever belief that comes up, whichever one the brain monkeys kicks out, whether it's no one is buying in August, or I don't deserve it, or no one's going to pay this for it, or whatever it is, and see, is that true? My offer isn't valuable enough. That's a big one too, but is it? In my experience, almost all of you guys, your offers are overloaded. They are too valuable. You're undercutting yourself by over-delivering too much. And as far as overcharging, almost none of you, like I said, less than 10% of the cases I've ever worked with were overcharging. Everybody else was undercharging, which means your offers are not too expensive, which is another one that gets told quite often. Those are all beliefs that keep you from selling it, though. If you believe it's too expensive, you'll never sell it at that rate until you believe it's worth it. So just think about that, guys. What are you doing to self-sabotage? Look for proof. Look for evidence, whether you write it down or you just run through a little checklist in your head. Hey, is this really true? What evidence do I have? And then Take the action immediately once you've proven that no, this is not true. Or if it is true, make the adjustment and once again, take the action. Always immediately take the action. Don't sit there and say, I'll put it off till tomorrow. Take an action today to make that happen, to start selling your offer. And when you do that, you're going to start seeing big changes in how many offers you're selling. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you would like 100% proof that your offer is going to sell if you haven't sold it till now. But until you do, you don't have proof that it's going to sell. There just isn't until somebody buys it the first time. That is what validates your offer. Until then, you have to believe it, and you have to have the mindset that this is valuable, people want it, and it is going to sell. And then once you sell the first one, you got some validation. Second, third, and you really got validation. And at that point, the brain starts switching on its own and saying, oh yeah, people do want this. People will buy in August. You know, people will buy during a recession, whatever that is. And so all of that stuff's coming up, you know, because, you know, there's potentially recession on the books for coming in later this year and stuff. So all of this stuff is going to bring those brain monkeys up screaming, and especially if you're watching the media. I try to avoid it because all the headlines are, oh my God, doom, gloom, and everything else. But guys, remember, people are still buying no matter what. So what do you need to do to make your beliefs, your mindset to where you can sell it? And even if it is make an adaptation or whatever to your offer, that's fine. It's your mindset and belief that to understand that, hey, I do need to make that change, or I just need to believe in my offer. You've got to believe in it to sell it. If you don't believe in it, you cannot sell your offers. So that's what you do. You get to prove it to yourself that you can do this. So those two steps, proof and then take action. And then start selling your sales or your offers out there. So if you guys have questions about this, please drop them in the comments. #replay. Again, I am sorry I was running late on this. It was not intentional. I had the time rates in my calendar and everything, but I wasn't aware that Facebook did not change them from when we got back from Spain. So I do apologize for that. But please drop your questions in. And if you have some really, really good ones, then I'll probably do another live to answer them as well. And I will see you guys later. Ciao for now, and thank you.